going on, guys? How's it going? Figured I'd take the time to do a update of what's been going on. First off, I've sold everything that I made, and I've showcased the last few What's in the Shop videos. Excuse me. So I really appreciate everybody out there supporting me and purchasing those, and got a lot of positive feedback from the items that people have received so far, which makes me really happy. And I'm just excited. I've taken the funds from that and reinvested it into some more cool project for some content for the channel this coming fall. I'm working on a lot of cool stuff right now on the custom front that you'll be seeing some videos coming here soon on. And I'm really excited to share those with you. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening there. I plan on doing another What's in the Shop here, maybe late July, early August, to kind of showcase some stuff I've been working on. Other than that, from the photo story front, there's a lot of people putting out really cool photo stories. I really enjoyed G.I. Joe The Lost Chronicles lately. I know Logic Blaster has been putting out some cool stuff. Elite Action Joe, of course, as well as a lot of the other channels I've mentioned in the past are putting out some really cool stuff. So definitely check some of those pages out. I hope you've enjoyed the videos I've been doing lately. I've tried to mix it up a little bit. Still doing one a week. I'll probably keep that up through August, heading into September. And then I'm probably going to take another break, similar to what I did this last spring. I just need to regroup. I intended to do some more photo stories for the end of the year, but I don't know. Time is becoming an issue right now. I got an almost 3-year-old who wants to hang out and do a lot of stuff, which is cool with me. I enjoy that. So I haven't been spending as much time working on projects as I'd like to, but that's just the way life goes sometimes. Other than that, though, I'm really excited. I got some cool customs when it comes to creatures, mummies, and some neat knickknacks I've been working on. I'm excited to share those with you guys as I advance them and wrap some of those projects up. So that's what's going on in Skunk Works in the workshop right now. Something else I wanted to address, I've actually taken a month or so to really think about this topic. I've watched a lot of YouTube channels. I've read some blog posts and listened to some podcasts all over the spectrum, but I want to briefly talk about what's going on with Hasbro. It's odd. I don't know if everybody out there is as confused with Hasbro as I am. Maybe so, maybe not. But I find it odd, first off, how they dedicated a whole month to G.I. Joe, Yojo June, and they only announced, like, aside from the movie, the Snake Eyes movie, they only announced a few figures that were all Target exclusives, or almost the majority of them were. Some of them are released on Hasbro Pulse, but the Target exclusive thing is just such a polarizing topic for most people in the Real American Hero collecting community. It's really polarizing. There's a lot of people getting fired up over the Target stuff, and rightfully so. Seems like a lot of nonsense from Hasbro and Target's on their front. I also found it odd when they released the Classified series off the bat several months ago. For example, the direction that it seemed like they were going with was a non-traditional military style figures. So what I mean by that is a lot of the figures that they released, for example, like Roadblock, had these goofy giant laser gun things with them. And I don't think that was very well received across the G.I. Joe Real American Hero community, because I noticed during Yojo June that Hasbro decided to put out a brand new traditional Roadblock, which still pissed off most collectors because of the machine gun he came with. And it seems like this next wave of figures they released in the Classified line all had traditional military style weapons. So I'm wondering if they were trying to go a certain route and it was received so poorly that they reversed course which also confuses me because I don't even know if Hasbro has a course with the Real American Hero line, or G.I. Joe for that matter. They're throwing their license around like dollars at a strip club. You've got Mezco, you've got Super 7 now, as well as Hasbro and 3-0 Toys, all releasing figures of different scales and the same scale. Hasbro is doing their 1/12th Classified Series line, their 1/18th Retro line, as well as their Snake Eyes movie figure line, which will more undoubtedly be a 12-inch Titan style figure, as well as cheaper, less articulated figures in 1/12th and 1/18th scale, which, okay, I get it, it's Hasbro. But then you've got Mezco doing a 1/12th line, which directly competes with Hasbro's 1/12th line. You've got 3-0 now producing the 1/6 scale figures, highly articulated, which Hasbro used to do. And now you have Super 7 jumping into the mix with their 5-point articulated reaction figure line, which is bananas because the whole reason that G.I. Joe was popular in the 80s was the little Real American Hero figures had more articulation than the Star Wars figures. They were cooler and better to display and play with. So the reaction figures make no sense. And then you've got the Super 7 Ultimates line, which is based on the G.I. Joe cartoons. So there's so many weird things going on with Hasbro and the G.I. Joe license, and I don't even get it. And like I mentioned, you've got a company that dedicated allegedly a whole month in June to G.I. Joe and spent anything, if anything, they didn't do anything for the line in June. They spent more time letting everybody know that it was Pride Month than working on G.I. Joe, which is what the month was supposed to be dedicated to. And if you were unfortunate enough to tune into that live stream they had about a month ago and see the 3 clowns that they had as the face of their line, I shouldn't say 3 clowns, 2 clowns and then a designer who seemed to be a pretty cool guy. I shouldn't call him a clown. He seemed like he had a pretty good handle on what was going on. But the other 2 people in the marketing and I don't know what the other side would be. The other 2 people that were in that video, that live stream, were freaking clueless. It was like, I don't get where Hasbro's going with this line, but who knows? You know, they've got 60 plus years of G.I. Joe lore to draw from. And it seems like they're just half-assing everything. Like they don't really know what to do with the line. They have no direction. Don't get me wrong, the classified stuff looks pretty cool, and I'm not even a Real American Hero collector or a 1/12 collector for that part, for the most part. I am familiar with that line because I grew up a lot with it, but it seems like they have no direction. You know, I'd like to see some better marketed stuff, some more product in the toy aisles, and I get COVID's affected a lot of things, and I'll give you a pass on that, but the lack of direction and quality and inventiveness from Hasbro is mind-blowing. For example, there's so many good boutique toy companies out there doing great stuff in the G.I. Joe scale line. You've got Joy Toy making some just phenomenal crazy figures. Boss Fight Studios does awesome with their Marauder gun runners and their Hero hacks and their Vitruvian hacks. And most notably, I think the hottest property right now is Bobby Vala and the Valaverse. The guy, what he did, and a former Hasbro employee, is genius. I mean, the Action Force line of figures that he reinvigorated is just awesome. And, you know, I didn't crowdfund that because that's not my scale to collect, but I did follow it, and I really admire what Bobby's doing. And this next wave of figures he's working on is just mind-blowing, and it just makes Hasbro look worse and worse and worse. And I just don't understand what's going on with them. It's mind-blowing. It's disappointing to see a license that arguably put them on the map and made them the colossal toy company that they were, to see them handle that property in such a disappointing way just makes no sense to me. And I don't know if if Hasbro thinks there's a place for G.I. Joe in this world, this current market, and there always is a place for G.I. Joe. And part of taking a toy line and bringing it back to market is to reinvent the toy line, or to innovate, or to make it better. And I just think the people that are working on this toy line are all clowns. They're all wearing red noses, and they don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. Shit, I'm just watching from the outside, but I see the criticism from a ton of people, and I just I know that it's loud, and Hasbro has to hear that. So it's just mind-numbing. And I'm so thankful that our group of collectors has Cotswold Collectibles and a lot of these smaller companies that Cotswold is distributing that are doing phenomenal jobs. If anything, the 1/6 scale community of G.I. Joe collectors, we're just paving the way and trailblazing, and we're doing a great job. And I really appreciate being involved in this, because whatever Hasbro's doing just sucks. So I wanted to get that off my chest. I've thought about it for a long time, and I've wanted to make a video on it, and I just decided to do that today. I'm headed back from the eye doctor. So, by the way, I've got to get bifocals. I got bifocal contacts in right now. I'm trying them out. So I'm getting old, guys. But anyways, I hope everybody's doing well out there, staying safe, working on your fitness. Got a lot of cool content coming, guys. So continue to like and subscribe to the page. I appreciate it. Hit the notification icon. Share the videos. I've been getting a lot of correspondence from people that it's really cool. A lot of guys are starting to share their customs with me, and I got a lot of cool stuff planned. So fingers crossed I can still stick to the schedule that I'm making myself stick to. But I'm enjoying doing all this, and I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys and being a part of this G.I. Joe community. So other than that, there's a new video dropping Wednesday, and until then, cheers, guys.